We know what our WWE Championship match from Monday Night Raw will be at WrestleMania, but it is now time to decide what the World Championship festivities will be at AT&T Stadium. 2 more contests to go here tonight in Miami, Florida. First things first, the #1 contender to be decided.
The following is an Elimination Chamber Match. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
Our second of 2 Elimination Chamber matches comes your way courtesy of Friday Night SmackDown. 6 superstars. The winner will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Who will hold the gold? We'll find out coming up next in your main event between Gunther and Brock Lesnar. But first things first, we decide the #1 contender, Austin Theory, former WWE Champion, 2023 King of the Ring winner, looking for one of the biggest wins of his young career inside Elimination Chamber. And here comes the 2023 Men's Superstar of the Year. The winner of last year's Elimination Chamber match. The man who walked into the main event of WrestleMania in 2023 and left as the World Heavyweight Champion, holding that gold all the way to Survivor Series in November. McIntyre is looking to get back on the path to the top of the mountain, and it could start right here tonight in Satan's prison.
And his opponents, first from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre took a few weeks away from the squared circle after losing his world title back in November, resurfaced just a few weeks before the Royal Rumble, and has certainly been impressive to say the least on Friday Night SmackDown ever since. Victories over Ivar, victories over Omos, turned away Bron Breakker in a grueling main event 2 weeks ago. But now McIntyre walks into familiar grounds. The matchup that started it all for McIntyre in 2023 is where it could all begin again in 2024. And here comes the man who secured the last chance opportunity just 48 hours ago, the Rated R Superstar, Edge. Cody Rhodes out thanks to Randy Orton, but that opportunity gave the ultimate opportunist one more chance at glory and one more road to WrestleMania.
And from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds, Edge!
Well, Drew McIntyre isn't the only man who has found success inside the Elimination Chamber. Back in 2009, Edge walked into this very structure and left as the World Heavyweight Champion. The Hall of Famer, the Iconoclast, Edge has been on the hunt throughout 2023 and bleeding into the new year for one more trip to the top of the mountain. And although Cody Rhodes being sidelined due to the devastating assault of Randy Orton is one thing, Edge looking to turn that negative into a positive, and it could all start inside of the Elimination Chamber tonight. And speaking of the devil,
and from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
there is something unhinged about Randy Orton as of late. A string of bad luck in high-profile situations led to the Viper to snap 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Ambushed Cody Rhodes in the backstage area, left him broken, beaten, and bloody. And if that wasn't enough, Orton sending Cody Rhodes off a ledge through a spotlight, immediately sidelining Cody Rhodes and taking him out of the Elimination Chamber. Edge and AJ Styles fought for that 6th and final spot 48 hours ago. Edge was the man to secure it. But Cody Rhodes is not in Miami, Florida tonight, thanks to the hands of that cold-hearted son of a bitch, Randy Orton. And I don't think Randy Orton regrets it for one moment. The Apex Predator has been chomping at the bit, salivating at becoming a world champion again. And it could finally start back on the right path here at the Elimination Chamber. Orton has never fought Gunther one-on-one. He has had very few interactions with Brock Lesnar over the years. Either way you spin it, it could be a very interesting main event at WrestleMania if Randy Orton makes his way to the show of shows. Well, all 4 men have entered the pods. Now we await the 2 men that'll start this Elimination Chamber match. First up, the one and the only Ricochet.
And from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, Ricochet.
Just 3 weeks ago at the Royal Rumble, the future of flight, Ricochet, took on the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. A great effort by Ricochet on that night in Las Vegas, Nevada, but it was not to be for Ricochet. This man was back in action 48 hours ago on SmackDown in a winning effort against one of his opposers tonight, that being Austin Theory. It was a great match in Tampa Bay, Florida. That was then. This is now. Erase the memory of the Royal Rumble and focus on the opportunity at hand. An ominous presence inside the Elimination Chamber, and it's only about to get more destructive. Bron Breakker's got that dog in him. And this is literally a caged animal walking in to his environment.
And from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Bron Breakker.
Meaner than evil. A certified badass in Bron Breakker walking into the Elimination Chamber. And Bron Breakker welcomes this kind of environment. The destruction, the chaos. It's right up the alley of the former 2-time NXT champion. It has been well documented Bron Breakker's unsuccessful outings in high-profile matches since his SmackDown debut. Tonight, a chance to turn it all around and start down a new path on the road to WrestleMania. All 6 men have entered. The bell has sounded and we are underway. Ricochet, Bron Breakker, 2 men no strangers to each other, kicking things off inside Satan's prison. We saw how destructive this matchup was earlier tonight with the 6 women, 3 from Raw and 3 from SmackDown. Raquel Rodriguez from the Blue brand outlasting the hellacious structure and is on her way to WrestleMania. Who is going to throw their name on the marquee with her? We find out right now. Ricochet and Breakker have had their run-ins in the past. Go back to late summer, early fall on SmackDown. Reigniting that little bit of history in the midst of the chains and steel. As Ricochet, nice tilt-to-whirl on the badass Bron Breakker. It'll be very interesting to see how this matchup progresses. And that one-on-one is about to become a 3-way dance in a matter of moments. Ricochet going for an early cover as who is going to join the fray. It is the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Orton, who took out Cody Rhodes, enters another Elimination Chamber match in his illustrious future Hall of Fame career. Orton doesn't give a damn who you are. Ricochet, Breakker, Theory, McIntyre, and Edge all better watch out, because Randy Orton may be more dangerous than ever. Orton and Ricochet, a lot of history in recent months between those two men. It was not one but two victories over Randy Orton that propelled Ricochet into that championship match with Gunther at the Royal Rumble, and I am sure the Viper has not forgotten. Bron Breakker sending Ricochet to the outside. Right into the waiting arms of that slithering snake, Randy Orton. Let's see who's going to join these three gentlemen. Will it be Edge, Theory, or McIntyre? Our answer awaits. And it will be the man from the ATL. The same place that hosts Saturday night's main event on the 17th of February. It is Austin Theory entering the Elimination Chamber. Theory and Ricochet back where they started 48 hours ago on SmackDown. Great matchup between those two men. Could have went on either side of the field, but the one and only was the better man on that night. And Ricochet looking to be the best of the best here at Elimination Chamber. Going to take out Orton, nobody home. Orton focusing on Austin Theory. Ricochet into the waiting arms of the War Dog, Bron Breakker. Man, bodies being thrown left and right in this Elimination Chamber match so far. McIntyre and Edge awaiting their pod like caged animals. Who is going to be let free into the wild? And it's the Rated R Superstar, the man who won the Last Chance match just 2 days ago in Tampa Bay against the United States champion AJ Styles. Edge fell to Brock Lesnar 3 weeks ago at the Royal Rumble. Imagine if the stars could align and Edge could once again meet Brock, or maybe even run it back with Gunther at WrestleMania. All remains to be seen. You remember Edge was originally no longer eligible to wrestle Gunther for the World Championship, but thanks to Randy Orton, that stipulation has become null and void. Breakker with a spear on the Apex Predator, but Orton's still into it. Not sure if Breakker got the full head of steam like he usually does on that spear on the outside. A little bit of limited space, but nonetheless, 5 men entered, all inside the ropes. And here comes the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Last year's winner. This matchup is what propelled McIntyre into the main event of WrestleMania Saturday 2023, where he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Is tonight where it all begins again. All 6 men have entered the field. Edge trying to eliminate Ricochet that time. Ricochet still in us. Austin Theory going after McIntyre. No love lost between those two stars. Battled it out last year at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I'll tell you, Breakker and Orton, get a load of those guys. They've been at each other's throats the last few minutes. Remember Breakker a few weeks ago on social media sent out a little diss to guys like Edge and Orton. And wait a minute, hold that thought. RKO. And Breakker's still into this, but barely, just barely. As we were about to mention a few weeks ago, Breakker sent out a diss on social media talking about the War Dogs of the past. And Breakker was looking to steamroll over all of them. But Randy Orton running a different tale. The DDT moments ago. Breakker's down and out, and Randy Orton could be looking for a second consecutive RKO. Bron Breakker's got that dog in him, but Orton just put him down. Bron has been eliminated, and the chaos not slowing down. Holy hell. Drew McIntyre looking to end Austin Theory's night on a sour note. Theory through the plexiglass pod. And a lifeless body being dragged away. Drew McIntyre hell-bent on getting back to the dance. This is what WrestleMania means to these superstars. A chance to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship hangs in the balance. Austin Theory looking to eliminate Randy Orton. No avail that time. Got Edge and Ricochet. First time ever battle in the midst of this chamber between those two men. They've been going at it for the last number of minutes. Who's going to be the better man as Edge misses wildly off the top? McIntyre stuck between a rock and a hard place, and Orton and Theory, two men who he has been at odds with in months past. Two of his arch nemesis throughout his World Championship reign last year. Edge and Theory, documented history between those two men. One-on-one at Clash at the Castle, fought with their respective teams back at Survivor Series. Ball game, 6:30 by Ricochet. Theory still alive, but another close call. Man, what an Elimination Chamber. Not only night this has been, but match this has been thus far. Orton and Edge going at it. No shortage of history there. The stories that ride into this Elimination Chamber match as good as golden. These are 6, now 5 of SmackDown's best, duking it out for the main event of WrestleMania. Austin Theory looking to get back at Ricochet for that loss 48 hours ago. May have just done it by ringing Ricochet's bell that time. Back into the corner. Edge and Orton going at it. Edge looking to stick it to Randy Orton for another time in his career, but the Apex Predator still in this match. We said it earlier, we'll say it again. Randy Orton may be better than ever, more dangerous than ever. And these superstars have been finding that out thus far. Breakker finding out the hard way, the first casualty of the matchup. Ricochet out, Edge in, Theory, A-Town down to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre still alive, but another close call in the midst of this Elimination Chamber collision. Now Randy Orton off the stomps to eliminate Ricochet. That'll do it.
Ricochet has been eliminated.
Orton stacking the offense. Those signature stomps stomp the heart out of the one and only, and an RKO to the Scottish Warrior. McIntyre kicks out again, but how close is this match right now? Going for another one. I believe McIntyre, we have to get a closer look. I believe McIntyre has been busted wide open, ladies and gentlemen. That is not going to go well for the Scottish Warrior as we enter later rounds in the Elimination Chamber. Certainly not with Randy Orton on his tail. Randy Orton eliminating Bron Breakker, eliminating Ricochet. The Viper is on a warpath inside Satan's prison. The devil himself looking to make his way to WrestleMania. We are down to 4 inside this SmackDown represented chamber matchup. And casualties has been the word of this match thus far. Pods have been shattered, blood has been shed, bodies flying left and right. McIntyre and Orton squaring off. Those two men have had several awards last year, as have Edge and Austin Theory. Rivalries reunited inside of the Elimination Chamber, reinvigorated on the road to WrestleMania. McIntyre. Future shock DDT to Randy Orton for the elimination. Not just yet, Randy Orton still in it. And McIntyre thought he had him that time. Randy Orton on spaghetti legs. McIntyre delivers a Claymore kick to the Apex Predator. Edge with a spear on Theory. Orton's gone.
Has been eliminated.
Theory kicks out. Chaos, anarchy, Elimination Chamber. McIntyre has eliminated possibly the current favorite in Randy Orton. Edge has got Theory all kinds of tied up after that spear. Theory holding on. Theory taps. Theory's eliminated.
Austin Theory has been eliminated.
We are down to two men who are at odds throughout 2023 for the World Championship. Edge, Drew McIntyre, who will finish their story at WrestleMania. Both these men looking to get one more shot for the big gold belt. Edge was chasing it all throughout last year. One more chance to go to WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre looking to reclaim the gold he lost in the world's most famous arena. McIntyre sending Orton out of here, eliminating the domination that was Orton in this match. Edge doing what he did multitudes of times throughout the last few years, and that's defeat Austin Theory. But now, these two broken, beaten, and bloody warriors squaring off inside the chains and the steel. McIntyre's busted open. Edge is busted open. Edge is down on the ground, and McIntyre misses wildly off the elbow. McIntyre might have just costed himself. Uncharacteristic, high-risk attempt, and the Rated R superstar looking to capitalize. McIntyre elevated, and back out of the ring he goes. Wait a minute, it could be Edge this time. Looking to soar through Miami. May have thought against it, probably best choice for the Iconoclast. And still getting the best, McIntyre's hurt. And Edge, of course, 48 hours removed from that matchup with the United States Champion AJ Styles on SmackDown. Neither of these men anywhere near 100%. Both the tanks got to be getting close to E. But who is going to be able to rev up the engines and cross the finish line in this Elimination Chamber match? Edge and McIntyre fought one-on-one at King of the Ring last June. Triple threat in July with Randy Orton. Fatal five-way, which these two men found each other at the final two in that match back at No Mercy in September. They've teamed up, they've squared off. Edge and McIntyre with tons of history on SmackDown last year. Tonight they are back in the ring in the squared circle with each other, hoping for one more opportunity at the World Heavyweight title. McIntyre off the back breaker. Going for a dose. And it's something as simple as just getting dropped on the knee. It's got to be worse for Edge. And wait a minute here. McIntyre, the behemoth that is the Scottish Warrior, has scaled his way to the top of the pod. We got a flying Scottish Warrior. Crossbody off the pod. McIntyre goes to the corner. Miami has come unglued. Claymore kick. He's going to Mania. He's going to Mania. Not just yet. Edge kicks out. Edge somehow is still in this match. McIntyre is in disbelief. McIntyre, caution in the wind, absolutely thrown off the pod. Luckily landed, took out the Rated R superstar. A Claymore kick. But Edge wants this more than anything in life. One more chance to go to the top of the mountain, to challenge for the World Heavyweight title. It has been his dream throughout 2023, his hopes bleeding into the new year. But Drew McIntyre has desires to either run it back with Gunther or have another date with the Beast Incarnate. 4 years in the making. Only one of these men can main event WrestleMania for the world title. Edge off the reversal. The Rated R superstar coming alive. Man, how does Edge have any more left in him? Got crushed by a monstrous Scottish Warrior soaring through the skies of Miami. The Claymore kick. Somehow Edge is still Working here as he sends McIntyre over the top. Adrenaline, the hopes and desires. That is what is fueling Edge inside of this chamber match. McIntyre face first off the pod and face first off that steel grate. Man. Satan's prison as vicious as ever. McIntyre trying to get Edge off his tail. These two men waging war. Who will get the momentum and keep it? In this Elimination Chamber match as McIntyre delivers a powerful clothesline. Again, it's Edge sending McIntyre back into the ring. It is anybody's ball game here in the home of the Miami Marlins. McIntyre off the reversal. Nice shoulder block. Edge trying to create some distance. McIntyre avoiding the Rated R superstar. Edge off the headbutt. Open wound to open wound. Oh no. Edge is in the corner. Eyes locked sharp. And a spear delivered with emphatic force. Edge is gonna go to WrestleMania. This is all she wrote. But Drew McIntyre kicks out. McIntyre kicks out. Oh my goodness, and Edge keeping his foot on the gas pedal, realizing it is now or never. Claymore! McIntyre explodes with a kick. 1, 2, 3, no! The matchup lives on. McIntyre and Edge have thrown their absolute best shots. A legendary final 2 in the Elimination Chamber matchup. McIntyre's lifeless body sent out near the chains as the Ultimate Opportunist tries to find a new way for victory. What is it gonna take? One of these men is gonna have to reach in and rip out the heart of the other, take away the dreams, take away the soul, the desire to go to WrestleMania and challenge for SmackDown's richest prize. Edge has still got enough strength to muscle up McIntyre, and that has been some of his best cards in this match, using the surroundings to his advantage. McIntyre, a wounded warrior on the outside, the Rated R superstar, a shark, but unfortunately is met with another reversal by McIntyre. And now what does Drew have in mind? Edge gets sent right into the chains. As we said earlier tonight, those chains are not meant to come in contact with human flesh, but inside the Elimination Chamber, all bets are off. And now it's Edge into the pod. Oh, wait a minute. McIntyre again with a spear to Edge through the pod. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The Claymores haven't done it. Maybe a spear to the man who does it best, right through the surrounding walls, will be enough. McIntyre dragging the carcass away from the wreck into the cover. Drew McIntyre is going back to the dance. Back-to-back Elimination Chamber victories. Drew McIntyre looking to rewrite history all over again at WrestleMania. Tonight is where it all begins again for the Scottish Warrior.
Here is your winner, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
That was a war of all wars, and Drew McIntyre outlasted 5 of SmackDown's best. The Scottish Warrior is on his way back to the main event at the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania! What a match here in Miami. World Championship awaits. It is every superstar's dream of headlining the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. And for many, this may be the final chance to capture that dream. On Sunday night, February the 9th, the unforgiving steel, the miles of chain, the structure known as Satan's prison is back. The city of Toronto and the eyes watching around the world will bear witness to one of the most grueling nights on the WWE calendar. If survival is the only option, then these men and women will scratch and claw, hoping to be the final being left standing and one step closer to immortality. Sunday, February 9th, Elimination Gaming channel memberships proudly present the Elimination Chamber.